Hey everybody, it's the Last Robot Guy here, and welcome to... I don't really sound excited enough, do I? Hey everybody! It's great. This is the Starscream episode, and I am totally looking forward to it. And joining me, as always...
Yo dudes, it's Cool Guy, and I just want to censor this up front. I have no fucking idea what's going to go on here. I am expecting shenanigans, but we have not talked about it, so I am not responsible for what goes on here.
It's fine. It's the level. It's the level in all of its glory, which I should probably add. High Moon really went all out on this one with a lot of surprises, but also a lot of dialogue. There is a ridiculous amount of dialogue that you get just by not putting in a button input when the game asks you to do it. So there's going to be a lot of stretches where we're just not going to be doing anything, and so if that bothers you a little, this entire episode's probably going to annoy the hell out of you, and I apologize in advance. But it is Starscream.
It's Starscream. If you're annoyed by us shutting up so Starscream can talk, I don't think you've watched too many of our videos.
This level is phenomenal. It's like I say, it's the love letter. It's the love letter to me. Let's get straight into this.
On your feet! Someone's trying to hack Shockwave's data logs!
Yes, sir.
Go check out the main server. Make sure it's still secure. I'll lock down the main entrance. What are you waiting for? Move!
And you don't start as Starscream.
Lights are out again. Probably another one of Shockwave's tests.
What are you waiting for? Move!
This guy just gets angry if you keep hanging around here. I want you guys to pay careful attention to what this guy looks like. Yeah, so we start the game, we start the level as a Decepticon Mook, the hard-loving little dudes. We love them so much.
Hardest working men and women,
I hate these new scanning systems.
as much as there are men and women.
Shockwave isn't letting up on his tests. They've been non-stop for the past 100 megacycles.
At least we don't have to watch it.
Thought you were checking on that server! Search every room!
Hey, I checked the server. You guys did have such interesting things to say.
You see those Insecticons? Give me the creeps.
Shockwave seems to like having them around.
I don't see why.
Do you like hanging around Shockwave?
No.
That's my point.
Funny. Now let's get this done.
Phase through reality. That's good.
Cybertron ghosts.
Time to relax.
I love that they just included this. Like, I've sat here for ages and nothing's happened before, so I'm not entirely sure what the point of that scene is, but that's just there. Just one of those nice little touches. There's some other stuff, but we'll go and look at that once we've sorted this CPU problem out.
Memory cores are fried. Need to find some new ones. Shine your light over here. My optics are fuzzy.
You know, they have pills for that.
Windscreen wipers for that.
Thought I saw someone down here.
Nah, it's nothing. Server's just ahead.
Hey, you hear about Starscream?
That idiot finally got what was coming to him. Do tell. Whoa! Who's there? He was my best friend! He would have made partner next week. Show yourself! Why are you doing this? Starscream, is that you? I know you're here. Show yourself! I'm armed! Don't come any closer! I give up! I give up! I give up! I need backup in here! Help! Somebody help! don't want to get deactivated! No! Please, please don't hurt me! Please! Please, please! Oh, no, no, no! Please!
I feel like we've kind of traumatized this guy quite a bit.
Oh my god!
Starscream? Hey! What are you doing here?
I hear this is where all the idiots hang out.
Zing. Oh, now we're gonna
You
do it
look
again.
angry. We were walking around.
Oh my god, this
Hey, I'd
guy.
be angry too if Megatron made a fool of me. Not that you're a fool, of course. I'm the fool. So, what are you gonna do? Please say something. I'm sorry. There, I said it.
The voice acting on this.
Oh, I feel better. You know, I think we're both mature enough to move past this, don't you?
How coached was this guy? It's so
Nothing to
good.
say? After all that? It's just a simple misunderstanding. Look, if you want an apology, you got it.
And the sobbing begins again.
God bless.
According to these data logs, Shockwave's latest experiment is in the central tower.
And now we're Starscream.
I can access it through the rear maintenance shaft. Megatron will rue the day he made a fool of me. He
Would have
can
made partner.
keep his precious army. I will build one of my own.
Still lots to listen to, though.
Lab report 1161. Experimentation continues. Effectively meshed Autobot source code with the most ferocious of creatures detected on target planet. 2 powerful hind legs, a heavy tail to act as a counterbalance to the longest and heaviest jaw I have seen. Splice made with Autobot soldier Grimlock. Further strength harvested by rerouting power from Central Intelligence Processing System to legs, jaws, and arms.
You can probably see where this is going now. Anyone who's even remotely a fan of Transformers, and it's a nice little a better origin story for the Dinobots than I think Wheeljack got drunk one day and decided he was going to make retarded robots.
Shockwave's log. Now that the Nemesis is ready for launch, Megatron can proceed with his exploration of the target planet.
These logs are very short.
Our glorious leader, Megatron, has returned. All hail Megatron.
Fool!
Starscream is a wanted criminal and traitor. If you have any information regarding his current whereabouts, contact Command immediately.
Look, Mom, on
Megatron
TV.
will rue the day he made a fool of me.
That's why I held off on showing these, just so we could hear Starscream's comments on most of
He's
these.
so famous.
Alert. Space bridge testing will be conducted periodically. Terminals may suffer from temporary power loss.
Shockwave continues to obsess with the tower from the Sea of Rust. He's built a full-scale replica of it here in Kaon. No matter. If there are any treasures to be found using it, Starscream will claim them.
Now for the sake of completionism. No one's looking.
No one's looking.
When I'm back in charge, naps will become law.
Greetings, fools! I am Starscream, and welcome to Let's Play Convoy no Nazu, a game not even remotely about Starscream, but I'm doing it anyway, because I'm kind of hiding at Jetfire's house at the moment. I hope you didn't like your ears, by the way. So you're probably all wondering how I'm doing. Well, it's fine, you know. Got humiliated at my coronation, made a complete fool out of. It's fine. No, it's okay. You know, I'm used to this sort of thing. It's clearly everybody else's fault. Oh God, I'll never get used to that. Honestly, it's all Thundercracker's fault. Let's be... Okay, that one was Skywalk. No, I was actually supposed to have someone with me, but he hasn't turned up. And oh god. You would honestly think I would be used to this sort of failure by this point, but it just never sinks in. Let's just keep going, let's just keep trying. You know, it's fine, you know.
Hey, Starscream!
What?
What are you doing?
No, Jetfire, go away, I'm recording.
Oh, that's nice. Would you like some coolant, Starscream?
I don't want any coolant! Would you go away?
It's good stuff, I promise you. I dug it out of a hole in the ground. It's nice.
Look, you're ruining my Let's Play, you're making me look silly in front of the internet. I can't put this online. And you were supposed to get Riptide to come and help me. What happened to him?
Oh, you didn't hear? Got some new leadership in Cybertron Australia. Yeah, they don't allow boat people here. And then we wake up from a terrible nightmare.
That was pleasant.
Oh my god! I have no idea what I just saw, I just know that it was incredible.
Now, everyone pay careful attention to this guy.
I gave you an order, soldier!
There's something strange about his backpack?
It's a convenient little attachment spot.
Check it out!
But it's also completely different to what he had when we walked in.
Also
he's a
true.
completely different guy, but he's still yelling at us.
Soon, or did you screw it up like you do everything else?
Everyone's just waiting in anticipation here.
So angry.
And the moment we've all been waiting for... actual combat. Now, dotted all around the place are these little alarm boxes. The achievement for this level is hacking them before someone else runs over and activates them, because, well, what happens is you get your own big cannon to shoot everybody else in the level. It's a very Starscream kind of thing. Also, just like Cliff Jumper, you can stealth in combat and you can do this.
It's so beautifully Starscream.
He loves it. He has some amazing animations, and sadly, the one animation that just did not happen, and I tried to do it as much as possible, is the one where he kicks the robot in the junk and then plants it on them.
It's right in the gearbox.
Right in what the guy in Swindle's level called the unmentionables. So, got an audio log. We've got a lot of audio logs in this. I think it's like 8 or more in this like whole level. So. We've got one over here along with another Easter egg, so let's go over and listen to it.
Trypticon failed me in spectacular fashion. I considered the transgression to be unforgivable. That is, until my brilliant and compassionate intellect realized that there was in fact a penance worthy enough to compensate for Trypticon's failings. We are in need of a spacecraft large enough to transport several dozen battle groups. Trypticon is no longer in need of his body. I see an elegant calculus in the making.
That's the crazy Megatron I've been expecting this entire time.
That's some weird fucking math.
Let's play some Super Grimlock Quest.
Damn straight.
And that's how Grimlock got captured. I assume it happened exactly like that with the music and everything, and he was really confused the whole time.
Also, you know, he didn't actually use his weapons at all. He was just sort of jumping on things.
Oh, you can look at the path of destruction he left.
Shockwave's defenses with an EMP charge at each security tower.
Yeah, so each little area is kind of like a puzzle in how you want to go into it. It's self-contained, the enemies aren't alerted if you do anything here, anywhere else. And, and once you get to the area, it'll start laying all the dudes out. So, you can decide, am I going to sit up here and snipe? Do I want to go down to a more, like, you know, a closer ground level? Do I want to just cloak and run straight up to the machine and hack it? And the answer is yes.
You always want to run up to the machine and hack it.
And then you can just sort of, you know, get away. They saw me, but it doesn't really matter because the fun starts now.
All of the booms. Like, chaos is what he wreaks. Like, we talked about Megatron's skill set. Starscream's is perfectly built for wreaking absolute chaos. Like, there's no other term for what he's doing.
and it is so much fun to just like turn a fully guarded area into just like just everyone firing everywhere, screaming, yelling at Starscream.
Nobody has
things blowing up.
any idea what's going on at any point in this level except Starscream, and that is pretty indicative of his leadership as well. So it all works beautifully.
And they even know what's coming. They're like screaming for help, and he's just cackling. And this is our objective, for the moment. And inside every single one of these places, there's also one log.
Our security tower is down. Only 2 more to go.
Tower security systems. Internal security report. Field to base. Our perimeter check is complete. The tower is just about impregnable. Not surprising, given that it was Shockwave himself that established the protocols. Only vulnerability we've identified is to EMP attack. Whether time and resources permit addressing this issue remains to be decided by those who punch a pay stub bigger than mine.
I love that audio log.
That guy knows his place. Oh, right cannon. Just gotta pick this up. There we go.
You can't not.
This will be very
pick this
soon
thing
for
up.
what we want to do. But we have to go pick up an old friend now. We can't do any more of this level. This is why I went this way, so I could do that first and then reclaim my former glory.
Yes, all shall fall before me.
And there we go.
I am all sorts of okay with this.
Starscream will wear that for the rest of the level.
As he should.
Yes.
Exactly how it got over there, nobody has any idea. Nobody cares.
Shockwave just took it because he thought it was funny. Sounds like something he would do.
That does sound like something
Look
he
at
would do.
2 for 1. Sentries, detonate some poor bugger. You see, in order to do this area is actually like, oh man. This is where things start to fall apart in Starscream fashion, but that's okay.
If everything went according to plan, it wouldn't be Starscream.
What do you suppose he's after?
Alright, so I was going to try and see if I could get in here because there's a Guardian in here, and I was going to see if I could sneak up on him and get a jetpack animation. The problem is that the positioning and the movement and everything, and this time I should have tried to get myself an energon recharger or whatever it is. So I thought, oh, maybe I'll sneak through an EMP. No. So the game really doesn't expect you to try what I just tried because, well, as you'll see, they've left me a little gift that you made good use of last time we had Guardians.
Yes!
And just as well too, because he was just about to get me, and I have died so many times to that guy, I was wondering if it was going to finally happen again.
Noise protocol.
Noise protocol indeed.
Gonna make some noise.
I love how those dudes are just firing at you while that Guardian ends up coming right down their flank.
Well, to be fair, if you had the option of like fighting a certain death or trying to kill Starscream, I think most people would take Starscream.
Ha!
Well, it's not gonna happen. I was kind of hoping, hey, maybe I could still do it, you know?
I think you can still do it if he goes back into search mode, but that'll take a while.
That'll take a while, and he knows where I am, and my cloak doesn't last long enough to evade him when he's got eating sights.
Also, yeah, you were looking
that's
for
okay,
an
because
intercooler to pull this off, not an energon recharger.
Thankfully, having the right cannon's final shot fixes that up.
No one around here even bothers to question that nutjob Shockwave anymore. But this? Why the spec did he build an exact scale replica of a space tower over in the Sea of Rust? Talk about a waste of energon. I can't even get reimbursed for my off-duty recon patrols? Please.
Maybe you shouldn't have been trying to game the system, man. This is probably one of my favorites. I just love that.
The mighty Starscream returns.
Oh, shut up, Teletran.
Alright, we have talked about it since the very beginning. It's time, and it's time to see the Gambler in action. And quite fortunately, as you, I've decided also to get myself a heavy weapon because you know why not? Get myself a rocket launcher, and solve some of the problems that the rocket launcher has.
Now it's pretty much the perfect weapon.
And yeah, see, the Path Blaster has its own little flashing thing, and that randomly assigns itself throughout the ammo thing every time you reload. And it's...
Shockwave's defense network can't take much more after that. Only one tower left.
It's a very ridiculous shot. It's not quite the Armageddon that you get from your last shot in your riot cannon, but it pierces through everything. It's more like whereas one's a giant explosion, the Gambler is just cleaves a very long distance. That was the only reason I found out that you could shoot Metroplex in episode 3, was because the Gambler just kept rocketing straight through the level and touching him.
Now that's a great story, man. I've always considered the riot cannon to be glorious, but the Gambler is just hilarious.
Yeah. So what we've got here is 2 little things. Like, you might say, oh, okay, that's how you do it. Well, there we go.
Stand for this.
Boom!
Now notice it doesn't say 5 out of 5 hacked. I'm going to assume I didn't actually hack the last one, because you can destroy them. I think I may have destroyed it with the shot from the Gambler there.
That would make a whole lot of sense. You screwed yourself out of the achievement an instant before it happened. That's so very Starscream.
Advisory to all Decepticons within range of this transmission. Space bridge testing set to commence in 20 microcycles. Significant turbulence should be expected. Those with fragile fuses may wish to connect with an auxiliary ground wire to the nearest metal structure.
I just love the way he does that, like that deadpan intoning of like safety procedure. It's just so that's very Shockwave.
Oh man, those with fragile fuses. Is that the same sort of thing as, fragile stomachs?
That's that. Now I must overload the main terminal.
I'm sure there's like some transformer out there who just goes, "Gosh, I've got the vapors," and starts to fan themselves.
And they faint like you're friggin' Gone with the Wind.
Now, what I'm doing here is I just wanted to show off a little bit of what Starscream can do in flight, because this level, aside from giving you the maneuverability to do it, it really encourages you to get down and cloaky. So this is air combat, and it's really, I don't think it's very good, because you don't really get to take advantage too much of Starscream's maneuverability, because the other guys are much more maneuverable.
Well, not just that. I mean, it encourages you to basically stay still and let go of your boost, and anything that encourages you to let go of your boost when you're in jet mode is a bad thing, if you ask me. I mean, if you need to stop to hover and figure stuff out, fine, cool, but you should be able to hold right mouse button and never let go.
Excellent. The power surge disabled all shielding over the tower's maintenance shafts.
And then I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just go past these guys, and then he expected you to fight. And it will open, but just like, well, eventually.
Sad.
Network is coming back online faster than I thought. Must reach Shockwave's lab quickly.
So this is very Star Fox.
The subject continues to resist every test. I suspect they were administered incorrectly.
I assure you, the tests were done as you instructed.
We shall see, Sharpshot.
There's another bunch of small friendly faces from Generation 1. The original Insecticons.
They're still creepy as hell.
Always tinkering, aren't you, Shockwave? Must be quite the test.
Yeah, the Insecticons were famous, if anything, for betraying Megatron and the Decepticons more times than Starscream.
Shockwave, all effort must now be focused on remote extraction of the target planet's energon reserves. Your calculations inspire sufficient confidence that such a plan is not only possible, but probable. Such an influx of raw energon right here on Cybertron will not only provide sufficient power to destroy Optimus and his Autobots once and for all, but also fuel the rebirth of our great empire. This is no longer an aspiration. It must be made a reality.
says a lot about Megatron's priorities that the first thing he says is he can use it to destroy Optimus.
Shockwave's log 77839. The subject's core functions are operating within tolerable levels, despite complications encountered during microsurgery. Subject's power readings have increased tenfold, thanks to my rerouting energon feeds from all but the most basic of cerebro circuitry. Hard shell. Administer stress test 87B.
Let me play with it.
In due time, Sharp Shot. Insecticons, follow me.
That's what those jerks are. They are creepy. There's just no other way to put it. I absolutely agree with all of the Decepticon mooks.
Of course, the best thing about it is all the times they've ever betrayed the Decepticons was just for food. They just like to eat and consume.
Nice try, Starscream! You picked on the wrong...
So, you are called Grimlock. Oh, should I speak more slowly? Not the brightest bulb, are you?
Yup, some more of this.
Not one for words? Are you following all this?
Am I repeating myself?
Shall I spell it out?
Seriously, am I?
Are you paying attention?
He just pulls out this little microphone.
Is this on?
Show me some small, minuscule sign of intelligence, and I will move on. Shall I draw you a picture?
Grimlock would love it if you drew a picture.
Dude, yes.
Can you even understand me?
No, he wants you to draw him a picture.
A simple nod will do.
And so will a picture of bunnies.
Starscream is just perseveres through all of that.
I am Starscream. I know what Shockwave has done to you and your team. I've scanned his logs. Looked excruciating. I bet you're just chomping at the bit to pay him back. But what is a Grimlock to do? Surely Optimus has written you off, and you're entirely too stupid to think for yourself. Pathetic. You will swear your allegiance to me. You will do my bidding. And in turn, I will set you free.
I got a little overzealous on this one, so if there was more dialogue, oops.
Free myself!
Wait! I can help you!
But that's okay, because we've still got some more.
Tell me what you want!
Bit of a reverse on the original scenario, isn't it?
I was only joking before!
No, he wants a picture now.
Let's start over, shall we? Please, please don't crush me!
Here's the Starscream we know and
We
love.
can still discuss this like rational beings! Can we talk about this?
No, clearly he's not smart enough for that.
Not the face! Not the...
It's always the face, Starscream.
Okay, I get it. It's your turn to talk. There is no need for excessive violence.
What game is he playing?
Yes, says the guy who was planting bombs on
This is a
people.
terrible way to start our working relationship.
And so ends the Starscream portion of the level.
Nothing feels right. Hard to think.
Wait a second.
There we go!
Yes!
He's gonna be in tears when he wakes up.
Now it really is his former glory.
Test
Subject is mobile.
Worse than that. Worse than mobile.
Must find my team.
This was a nice little surprise. The game's trailers had telegraphed that the Dinobots were going to be in the game in some form, but
I don't want to get deactivated!
by doing this, you didn't actually see coming that this was going to be the level where you played as Grimlock.
Nope.
Alert Shockwave!
And he has a plethora of tricks similar to how Bruticus has a lot of different tricks.
Violent outburst.
He has a shield, he has his melee attacks, he can pick up and throw enemies, or also objects, and even debris. And then he has this charge attack!
Shockwave, done to me!
And that's Shockwave done to you, he's made you awesome. Of course, the trade-off is in this stage, we don't have a transformation.
Escape! Take it down!
This always reminded me
executions, as you might have seen with
of
the
Space
blood, yes.
Marine when you had a Thunder Hammer.
Yeah.
And everything about that is
dear,
good.
now that's a game that I probably it always happens is I play Fall for Cybertron. I get to this point, you know, and then I finish the game and then I'm like, now I want to go play Space Marine.
I like how you left the dude cowering for his life alive. I actually do appreciate that. He's the one who gets to live with it.
My team.
He's the one who gets to tell everybody what happened here today.
I love exactly how, you know, tough they made Grimlock, because I mean there's so many Decepticons shooting at him, and he doesn't even need to pull up his shield. I mean he's just so tough that he's like the Kool-Aid man. Nothing is stopping
And the
him.
minute you start getting put into peril, you can just do the special attack and like you don't take any damage during it and your health comes back.
Yep.
It's just a matter of walking across an extremely large room to kill one guy.
This is what you get for your rockets, jerk.
Oh, more rockets, eh? Oh. You think they would learn their lesson?
I guess not.
And this is another case where so many things in this level are just destructible. You're like, you can turn this room into an absolute just like mess of twisted metal. It's great.
Even if you're not trying, it looks like a hurricane hit this place. If you actually try, you can make it look like the goddamn apocalypse happened in here.
Must find the others.
Gotta make Grimlock's pretty impressive for a guy who like majority of his brain circuits aren't even like functioning anymore.
Containment cell 1S. All is secure. Must be close.
You can tell who High Moon's favorite Dinobot is by who we get to first.
What have they done?
Welcome, Grimlock. Your attempt to rescue your friend was easily predicted.
Shockwave!
I've siphoned your cerebral circuitry to push additional power to combat-related functions. Frankly, I'm amazed you can even talk. 98.7% of your redesign is dedicated to the total destruction of your enemy.
Lucky you.
Yeah, that's probably the worst idea you could have is making your own giant angry robot that hates you.
I always loved the Shockwave's motions there. It's just like your attempt to rescue your friend, and then he points upward.
Great interest.
Yielded versus demonstration.
I really want to know what like the holograph chamber looks like on the side of someone who's actually sending the holograph message, because it just like, do they have a sit inside of a hologram of everything around them or something? Because it's the only way I can see that even remotely makes sense. Awfully nice of them to keep dispensing these explosive barrels too, which I'm not sure what they're full of. Are they full of energon? Are they full of...
Whatever they're full of, they explode very nicely, and therefore I like them.
This is like, there's just one mook just saying to Shockwave, like, you do realize we have an energon crisis, why are we continually sending them to this room? and Shockwave's just like, eh.
I punch a paste a lot bigger than yours.
I think that's the thing about Shockwave is that he's basically, a lot of his motivation is, I just want to see what would happen.
Yeah, that's exactly his motivation.
And now the room gets even more ridiculous. I love that shift. I love that room shift. It catches me by surprise every time because the room always looks so different. I always forget that they're actually the same goddamn room.
And now you're going with the whole bomb went off in here methodology.
Yeah. Now we're beginning to make a bit more of a mark on everything.
That guy.
Yeah, nothing gets in your way. Like, it's just so funny.
It's incredibly cathartic too, just because you've been dealing with enemies using cover relatively intelligently the entire game, and they'll still use cover as best they know how. It's just that it doesn't mean anything.
Grimlock, get me out of this thing!
How?
I saw the guards trigger 2 switches in unison to lock me in.
That's how we trigger switches here.
I got it!
Know what I'm doing, man.
Yeah, I'm retarded, I'm not stupid. And it's like, what? Oh yeah, that's right. For some reason it's always just like a third console.
There we go.
Deactivated.
That's more like it.
Good job, Swoop.
Swoop, ladies and gentlemen.
How'd you do that?
Don't know, but I like it. Can you change form?
No. Everything's different.
You mean better.
Just different. Need to find the others.
So, where do we start?
Don't know. Start.
But first,
Lab report 1164, with thin membranes stretching from its frail arms to its narrow torso. Together with its razor-sharp jaws, the naturally occurring creature seems almost perfectly designed to bring death from above. Almost. With only minor modifications to the Autobot Swoop source code, true perfection appears attained.
I imagine the perfect design is the fact that pterodactyls did not drop bombs.
Well, instead of dropping out feces, you're now dropping other kinds of deuces.
There they are! Swoop! Take them out!
Ha, watch this! I like
Alert! Alert! Approaching dissection lab 7B.
He has 7B dissection lab. I can only imagine he has probably got
Well, at least 6.
A through Z.
Yeah, at least 6 more.
Makes 2 of us.
What is all this?
More experiments.
Is this what Shockwave did to us? Cracked us open?
You don't remember?
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Grimlock. Oh, look at this one.
Insecticons communicate on a specific ultrasonic frequency. I have found I can manipulate 85.7% of their species through this method. The exceptions being hard shell, sharp shot, and kickback. Those anomalies appear to be more evolved and require more finesse in their manipulation.
This room is just full of lore.
My research indicates Kickback may be another one of the original Insecticons. His mind and thought processes have proven psychotic and unpredictable.
He's very honest about his teammates.
I'm sure they feel the same way.
Yeah.
As Cybertron's core continues to shut down, more and more subterranean life forms have surfaced looking for Energon. These Insecticons come in many variations. This one is but a simple drone. My research has revealed Insecticons have the capacity to ingest 95% of known matter and reshape it to a crude form of their choosing. Though they cannot sustain themselves through this process, it allows them to build structures of massive proportions.
Basically, they build with this bit. Let's have some fun.
It's escaped! Call for reinforcements! Woo! Look at him run!
Serves him right.
Looking to improve upon their simple design, I've augmented the strength of select Insecticon swarmers. I call this new breed Bruisers.
Oops.
I'm sure it's fine.
And now Grimlock is thinking only what Steve Urkel can normally think. Did I do that?
Been through worse.
By far the most dangerous Insecticon, Sharpshot enjoys torturing his prey with electricity.
And that's all we're getting on him.
Apparently he plays everything close to the vest.
Hardshell prefers advanced combat strategy and weaponry, as opposed to relying on his natural instinct. He is a most dangerous adversary.
Grimlock, this room. I was in a room like this with Slug.
Slug, where is he?
Think I remember. Follow me.
Hurry!
Yeah, so I think the prevailing theory behind why the heck Grimlock can still actually even remotely think probably has something to do with the fact that he is so angry at everything as a result.
New bodies need a new name. Lightning Strike Coalition Force never sounded right.
I would like that name. I would ever like that name. Teletran, let's go buy some stuff.
Totally good idea.
Grimlock reformat. Incompatible with Teletran.
I got some incompatible for you. But in truth, we have to smash through that to get to another audio log.
Shockwave's log. Inspired by my enhancements on the Autobots, I have decided to create a few upgrades for my personal arsenal. When finished, this gun could generate power to rival even Megatron's.
That's the cannon that he ends up using in the Prime cartoons, which, as he's not just blowing smoke. The thing is friggin' devastating.
Hardshell. He should prove a most formidable opponent with which to test you.
Grimlock, I got an idea.
Where are you going?
Grab that fuel pod.
Yeah, so Hardshell is a completely not very difficult at all boss fight. I want to pick up rocks. You can pretty much just pick up anything and throw it at Hardshell, it doesn't really matter. Decepticons, junk, explosive barrels, it doesn't.
More fuel pods coming up! Heads up, Grimlock! More cards coming in!
Swoop will just yell at you the whole time.
He's totally helpful.
Oh god, they're begging.
Do you even understand how guns work?
No, Grimlock doesn't understand guns anymore. He only has two settings, kill and throw. Throw is a secondary, kill. I feel like even just
well, it's
throw,
really just
throw
two kill things, or two kill actions combined.
You know, say piece of junk, you can turn to that.
That's the Grimlock I know!
Apparently he was just always just throwing crap at crap, even back then.
Use your shield!
Shut up, Swoop!
I barely even need to use my shield, that's the amazing thing about Grimlock, is it's just like...
And he's just like, I'm tough as nails, motherfucker. You bring it on.
Hit him again! Not so tough now, is he? Stupid fuck!
Just have a look.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are you doing?
It's like, is that another terminal? No.
Hardshell! Stop squirming! Optical scan confirmed.
That's one way to get the job done.
Well, you know, I just love how absolutely angry Grimlock is.
Swoo! You triggered the shield!
Stop whining! Hit the trigger with me! We can disable it long enough to get through!
Oh, first things first, we're gonna go get ourselves another audio log.
Damn straight.
Last one for the level, and well, let's just listen.
I've had just about enough of these Insecticons. Shockwave thinks of them as his pets, and he may believe he controls them, but truth be told, they do whatever they want on the battlefield. And I may have to work alongside them, but I don't like it. They're cannibalistic. One of them goes down, another will devour it, feed on its energy. I had a friendly fire incident a couple cycles back. One of those oil holes slammed right into me, about busted my armor. So let's just say I put his assets in stasis. Shockwave should really find himself some new pets.
Now, part of that should sound familiar because it's like the unedited version of the one in Jazz's level. Like, he pretty much word for word says a lot of that, but in that one he says so much more. Like, I'm just trying to run through this force field. Now, I don't know how many times I fell down that the first time I played this, but I'm glad I got through that. Without
0 times this time, brother.
Oh yeah.
This is the place! I'm sure of it!
Couldn't see the floor, so I just assumed it was there. That's my only dislike for this level. Too many of those sorts of sequences.
The place is a mess. Maybe Slug escaped.
Maybe.
Grimlock, something big tunneled through the bottom here.
And with that very angry dissent, so ends the, well, probably one of my favorite levels. If only just because of how absolutely packed full of everything it is.
Yeah, I will admit, I love that that level as well. Even though, you know, I played up Megatron's levels a lot, and I should have because they were awesome. I also just love these ones.
They give you a sandbox to play in, for starters, with Starscream, and let you basically just be an absolute Starscream. And then suddenly they just pull the bait and switch on you in an excellent way. This is one of those few times where the bait and switch is actually, I think, really, really good. And just actually, if you think about it, we went up a few tiers in power. We went from Decepticon Mook to Starscream to Grimlock. And I will always appreciate the parallels between the switch between the Mook and Starscream and the switch between Starscream and Grimlock.
And I'll always appreciate stomping on Starscream's crown to turn it into dust. That's still just the greatest touch.
The first time that happened, I felt, man, like, what they really needed to happen at that point was just like a slow pan in on Starscream's face, just looking really sad.
It just, but his face is just the epitome of colon D.
It's like,
My crown!
Oh man. Well,
yeah, and the Grimlock fun doesn't end there, ladies and gentlemen. Next episode, it's all about the Grimlock. Now they've actually revealed him to us. They're gonna let you get down and crazy with the Dinobots as they go to do what Starscream was setting out to do, and that was to get a little revenge on Shockwave.
beat the crap out of everything, and I'll be on deck because anytime you headline with somebody who's completely in your face and hyper violent, you put me on the job.
Especially considering Grimlock's mechanic. But we will cover that in the next episode. Until then, I've been the Last Robo Kai.
And I've been Cool Guy.
And we'll see you all next time.